Hi everyone, Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes. I'm doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Gemini. That's Gemini Sun, Moon, or Rising for the month of December 2025. Yes, we have made it to December. Boy, it's been quite the ride, has it not been? Um, 2025 has been a year of a lot of things coming to a head and a lot of things. It is an energy of wisdom. 2025 is a nine universal year. Nine is about understanding. It's an energy and a number of wisdom. It's also the number of the humanitarian. And so what do we need to be what is humanitarianism? It's about understanding and loving humanity with all its lumps and bumps and the rest. Nine is also a year when we separate the wheat from the chaff, that which is useful to us and that which is no longer useful to us. And so we've had a lot of illuminations over this last year in what serves us and what no longer serves us. And nine is about letting go in preparation for a new beginning. Now we're in the 12th month of this 9 year. So we've had so far 11 months of separating the wheat from the chaff, seeing what works and what doesn't work. What are we going to let go of? What have we learned? We have one more year, one more month of that. And we're in the 12th month. So the 12th month in the tarot is the energy of the hanged man. And so it requires us to look at things from a different perspective. When we add the 9 universal year to the 12 of the month, we get a 21-3. So that's the vibration of the month and year, December 2025. The 21-3 is the world card. The world card is something is manifested. So something comes to an end, a project manifests itself. It's what's created is created. And then it means that it's time for a new beginning because we've completed what it was that we needed to complete. This cycle, this 9 year cycle at least, began back in 2017. And next year we start a new cycle. Astrologically, this month is kind of quiet considering how noisy this whole year has been. But it's okay. We need quiet time. We need the quiet time because this is, in a way, the last month in which we let go. And next year, we get to begin. We get to begin again, as we do every, that's the cycle, right? Beginnings and endings and beginnings, the cycle, the cyclicity of life. So as far as Gemini, last month, Mercury, your ruling planet, was retrograde, but it has gone direct now. So we don't have any of those pesky Mercury retrograde things happening this month. Let me see. I think it's in, okay, here we go. Your ruling planet, Mercury, this month starts the month in Scorpio. So deep thinking, penetrating, the penetrating mind, and then moves into Sag. Now, it is in its shadow, in the shadow of retrograde. So it's not retrograde anymore, but it isn't out of shadow yet. And I will tell you when that happens. Just give me a moment here. So in retrograde at 7 of Sag. So it actually moves out of its shadow by the 17th of December. And so the beginning of the month is still a little going over, like rehashing something. There's something is getting rehashed. And by the 17th, we're starting new territory. So it's going to feel like the newness comes in like halfway through the month when it comes to Mercury. We also have Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter went retrograde last month, and it's going to be retrograde until March of next year. And I bring Jupiter in because it's the sort of the companion to Mercury. Mercury and Jupiter are both archetypes of the mind. Mercury is the more logical side of the mind. Mercury is the ruling planet of your sign, and Jupiter is the ruling planet of your opposite sign, Sagittarius, where the sun is starts the month and then moves into Capricorn, right? So that Jupiter energy is sort of a ballast for the Mercury, but that's moving retrograde in Cancer. And as I said, that will be retrograde into March, excuse me, and then it'll turn around and then move through Cancer again. It goes retrograde at like 26, and it goes direct at about 15, so about 10 degrees that goes over that part of the chart. Now if you're a Gemini, there's a good chance, not always guaranteed, but there's a good chance that you have some Cancer in your chart because it's the next sign. Very often you'll see that, especially the personal planets will be grouped around whatever sign you're in. And if it happens, sometimes they're in the sign before, sometimes they're in the sign behind. So that's a consideration as well. But for the most part, this is the end of the end and the beginning of the new. So it's going to be an interesting month. So I've decided to use the Modern Spellcasters deck for you guys this month. I'm going to do a card reading. And I'm also going to pick an oracle, and I'm going to be picking from the Mystic Sisters Oracle. For those of you who might be new to this channel, every Saturday night from 7 Eastern, about an hour, we spend about an hour, either on my channel, Victoria Scerbo, or my friend Ona's channel, Ona's Tarot. We will do it on her channel, we'll do it on my channel. We sort of switch off week to week. We do a Mystic Sisters Live. You can join us for some interesting conversation. We pull some cards. We do some WTF questions and talk about what's going on. Ona's in Chicago, so you get you get like a firsthand like report from on the grounds in a place where there's a lot of action happening with this administration. So you're getting a ground-eyed view, a bird's eye. Well, it's a little bit of a bird's eye and also a ground eye view. Okay, let's see what's going on for you, Gemini. What are we starting with? We are starting with, I love it, the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, overflowing emotions and feelings. This is love. This is unconditional, humanitarian, constantly the Ace of Cups is a constant flow of energy. All the aces in the tarot sit up in the top Sephiroth right there, Kether, and it's a constant flow of energy. And so we start with this constant flow of emotions and love. Now, can be overflowing good emotions or it can be overflowing more difficult emotions. What we know at this point is that it's overflowing. So you might feel especially emotional as you enter this month. Let's see the challenge, the Knight of Cups. So this is an offering of love. And so it's possible that there's this feeling of emotionality and overflowing of love, and the challenge is maybe how do I share that? How do I bring it forth? How do I take it on the road, so to speak, without either seeming like I'm crazy or getting overwhelmed myself. Let's see what's underneath. We have the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is about adventure. It's about, you know, waiting for it. There's a sense that you've put a lot of energy out into the world, and now you're waiting for it to come back to you. Come back to you. In the past, justice. Justice. So something has been balanced. There's been justice that occurred in the past. Now, this is the 11 card in the tarot, and we just had November, which was the 11th month. So this could be things that happened last month, actually, around issues of legality, legal issues, or even karmic issues. The scales of justice, the karmic scales have been balanced. So it sounds to me like some of this Ace of Cups energy might actually be overwhelming joy. There's a sense of, it's almost like from just these little few cards I have here, I feel like you've gotten to a point where you actually finally saw something that renewed your faith, and now you're excited to get moving and to get going and to share the love that you feel in your heart and your soul. In the sky, we have the Emperor. Now the sky card can be uh what's out in the world, or it could be suggestions from spirit. And the Emperor is about dominion, self-governance, really. The Emperor is the powerful, masculine building force. Okay. And so I think what spirit might be requesting or showing you or suggesting, because we have free will, we don't have to do anything if we choose not to. And I don't think that's the smart way to go, but we could do it that way. No one's going to stop us. We're just going to have to come around again. Okay. Is to to figure out a way to utilize this upwelling of feelings and emotions and love, to find a way to structure it in such a way that it's going to work for you. Okay. In the immediate future, the Eight of Pentacles. So the immediate future card in these monthly readings is pretty much the card for the month. This is the energy that is going to be going on all month, kind of your to-do list. And the Eight of Pentacles is about just putting your nose to the grindstone and continuing with the work. In this deck, we see this person building a shelter, with these stones. So you're continuing to build upon. You've already started the work that you've done has already started and it's just a continuation of that. This is a Virgo energy, and so just apply yourself and protect yourself. That's what this card is saying. So just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, slow and steady. And it's not even slow and steady wins the race. It's slow and steady is the best way to utilize your energy. How it's seen from the outside, the Six of Cups, there's a nostalgia. Um, there's a sense of history and nostalgia here. Um, Something about you maybe reminds people of a simpler time, a more, or as we see it anyway, because a lot of times when we're looking at the past, we look at it through a different lens because we have a better understanding of it, and we've had to work with the issues of it. So there's this understanding that you understand everything that has happened up to this point, and in a reflection of the past and how you have grown from that, and how it's deepened in a way, maybe your sense of family or your sense of what's truly important in this world. Let's see your domestic situation. Ooh, we have the King of Wands. The king has dominion over the element that he's holding. In this case, it's wands. So this is a very creative energy. Um, it can also mean that there is somebody in your life, the King of Wands, that's a more of a masculine energy, although it doesn't have to be a man. It can just be somebody with more masculine, creative energy who wants to be in charge. Is that you? Is that somebody you live with? But it is an opportunity to sort of take hold of your creativity and work it. So I would say work on your creativity. If you have projects that you've been working on, just continue to do that. Or maybe this is about initiating a new project, a new creative project at home. Your hopes and fears, the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is she ain't kidding, Queen. She can be a little bit of a harsh character, because she holds you accountable. So depending on your position and what you've been doing. Is it a hope or is it a fear to be held accountable? The outcome, we have the moon. So we still have some emotional ups and downs that we have to deal with. There's still some things that are rising out from the depths. We have this little crustacean coming up from the deep waters, right? We have the domesticated dachshund here, and we have the wolf. And the moon really speaks to us of a balance between our sort of feral, wild nature and our more domesticated nature. But interestingly enough, both our feral nature and our domesticated nature are howling at the same moon, and the moon is our feelings. And so it doesn't look like the feelings are going to go anywhere. I would warn you against getting caught up in the ups and downs of life with this moon card, this little bit of lunacy. But this is a Pisces energy, and ultimately Pisces is about healing and letting go. And so one of the lessons in this card is that you can't heal people who aren't willing, right? And so you don't want to cast your pearls among swine. You don't want to waste your precious energy on people who are not ready, because then you're wasting time for them when you could be helping somebody else. So, all right, let's see what's underneath this. We have the Seven of Swords. There's an underlying current of things perhaps not being fair or things being stolen away. The Four of Swords, which is about rest and recuperation, and the Hermit, which is about spreading and sharing your light, right? This is also about healing. And it is actually the opposite energy of this card. This is Pisces and this is Virgo. And right now, the South Node is in Virgo and the North Node is in Pisces. So we can see, if you know your astrological chart, see where the nodes are placed, because the nodes this month for you are going to be very important. Their placement, the signs. Okay, Pisces, Virgo. Do you have anything in Virgo? Do you have anything in Pisces? Those two signs are also mutable signs, like you, Gemini is a mutable sign. And so they square your Gemini. And so this is a time of, in a way, controlling the mind, not getting caught up in the insanity of the world around you, but really just focus on what you need to do to keep yourself and your kin safe and secure, little by little. Build what you have to build. We don't have a lot of influence over what's going on in the outer world until we grasp our own sense of what's going on our inner world. And that's really where we have all the power anyway. So you might as well utilize the power that you have, because sometimes there's not a lot you can do about what you see in the outer world, but there's a whole lot you can do with what you see in the inner world. So it's going to be, I think, a good month, a little bit of a mixed bag for Gemini, but that's the nature. And it's also the nature of Gemini, because you guys are a dual sign. All right. So just to round this up, I'm going to be pulling a Mystic Sister Oracle card. If I don't know if you're familiar, and I don't even know if I don't think I mentioned this yet in this reading, but every Saturday night we do a Mystic Sisters Live. It's either going to be on my channel, Victoria Scerbo, or my friend Ona's channel. That's Ona's Tarot, ONA''S. And so you can join us for Saturday nights. We go for about an hour, unless it's really crazy, and then maybe we go for a little while longer. We do some WTF questions, mostly, on the situation, what's going on in the world kind of thing. We talk about our lives. We talk about the astrology of things. It's a pretty good hour worth of fun. All right. We got a lot of really great people that come every week. So you can join the party. Join the party. And you're a Gemini. You love a party. All right. Let's see. What is Gemini? Gemini. What does the Mystic Sisters Oracle have to say to Gemini? Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Let's make up our mind, right? So Gemini. The problem with seeing both sides of everything. All right, we have found Ceres, the goddess of the grain, gathering. This is a Virgo energy. Ceres has that Virgo energy. Okay, let's see. The other mutable sign that I didn't mention. Oh, no, I did. Virgo. The South Node's in Virgo. Okay, where's the book? Oh, I'll hold the card up for you so you can see it. Okay. Maturing and transitions. I'm trying to get this so you can actually see it. Okay, I think it's in now. Ceres is the Roman goddess of agriculture and grain. She represents the transition from a nomadic hunter-gatherer society to one of sowing, reaping, and tending one piece of land. This shift makes it necessary for new laws to divide the land and protect property ownership. Ceres is therefore the goddess of transitions and order, protecting women during the key transitional periods of their lives between girlhood to womanhood, from motherhood to old age. Drawing this card signifies a new state of maturity in whatever stage of life you can and are presently in. New whatever life cycle you are presently in. Sorry, a strong motherly guide is within you. Your labor will yield results. Your newfound endurance will encourage younger women to grow. All right, I love that. So your labors will yield results, and that is kind of what that Eight of Pentacles was talking about. Just put your head, just apply yourself to what's in front of you, practical concerns this month, and yeah, it's interesting times we're living in. All right, Gemini, have yourself a wonderful month. I'll see you again in January. I'm going to have a little special something something for the beginning of the year. I'll let you know as the month progresses as to what that's going to be and what my offerings are. But until then, have a wonderful month. Have a wonderful holiday season. And I'll see you in January or in the morning when I do astrology. Okay, take care, everyone. Namaste.